A few nights ago, while most people were asleep under city skies that don't even show the Milky Way, the desert in Fayoum was lit up by dozens of meteors an hour, the peak of the Perseid meteor shower. Most people who could have seen it didn't, not because it wasn't visible, because they were standing in the wrong place. Here's the problem: from inside Cairo, Alexandria, or basically any major city, meteor showers are almost invisible. Not because they're not happening. The meteors are still burning up in the atmosphere, exactly on schedule. But because artificial light drowns out anything faint. Astronomers measure this with something called the Bortle Scale, running from 1 to 9. A Bortle 9 sky is a bright city center, where you might see a few dozen stars total. A Bortle 1 sky is true darkness, where the Milky Way casts a visible shadow and thousands of stars are visible at once. Most of us live somewhere between Bortle 7 and 9. To actually see a meteor shower properly, you need to get down to Bortle 3 or darker. Quick context. Meteor showers happen when Earth passes through a trail of dust left behind by a comet. In the Perseids case, a comet called Swift-Tuttle, which takes 133 years to orbit the Sun. Every August, Earth crosses through that old debris trail, and tiny particles burn up in our atmosphere at incredible speed, creating the streaks we call shooting stars. This happens on a predictable schedule every single year, which means, unlike a lot of natural events, you can actually plan for it. This year's Perseid shower peaked on the night of August 12th into the early hours of August 13th, and the timing lined up with a new moon, meaning zero moonlight to wash out the sky. Under those dark sky conditions, observers could expect somewhere between 50 and 80 meteors per hour. In Egypt specifically, Cairo and Alexandria are simply too bright to get a real view. But drive a couple of hours outside the city to places like Fayoum, Wadi El Rayyan, the White Desert, Siwa, or quiet stretches of the Red Sea coast away from resort lighting, and the sky transforms completely. The best viewing window was after midnight and into the hours just before dawn, when the shower's radiant point climbs higher in the sky. What makes Egypt's deserts genuinely strong for this isn't luck, it's geography. A dry climate means fewer clouds blocking the view, and the sheer emptiness of areas like the Western Desert means there's very little artificial light for hundreds of kilometers in some directions. You don't need a mountain or a certified dark sky reserve to get a great view here. You just need distance from a city and a few hours of patience. Now, here's an interesting comparison. In 2026, an international ranking of the world's best stargazing destinations placed a location in France at the very top, Pic du Midi, an observatory sitting at 2,877 meters in the Pyrenees. It's rated Bortle Class 1, as dark as skies get anywhere on the scale, and visitors describe stars bright enough to cast faint shadows. Unlike a remote desert, it's reachable by cable car, with the option to actually stay overnight at the observatory itself. France also holds the Cévennes National Park, Europe's largest international dark sky reserve, spanning nearly 1,400 square miles of protected darkness across a sparsely populated mountainous region. So which is actually better? It depends what you're optimizing for. Egypt's deserts offer huge, wide-open dark skies with very little infrastructure needed. You can genuinely just drive out and look up, and the dry climate means a high chance of clear nights. France's Pic du Midi offers a scientifically verified Bortle 1 sky, guided observation sessions, telescopes, and comfortable, purpose-built facilities. But it requires more planning, a cable car ride, and higher cost. If you want maximum darkness with minimal effort and cost, Egypt's deserts deliver that easily. If you want a fully guided, high-altitude, astronomical experience with expert equipment, Pic du Midi is hard to beat. Before the calendar, here's what you actually need, and it's less than you'd think. No telescope is required for meteors. They move too fast across too much sky for one to help. What you do want, a reclining chair or a blanket to lie flat on, since craning your neck for hours gets uncomfortable fast. A red light flashlight, because red light doesn't ruin your night vision the way white light or a phone screen does. Warm layers, even in a desert. Nights get surprisingly cold once the sun's been down for a few hours. A power bank if you're filming or tracking time. And if you want to go further, a basic pair of binoculars is great for the quieter moments between meteors, for scanning star clusters, and the Milky Way itself. That's really the full list. This is one of the cheapest nights of sky watching you can have. Now here's the part worth screenshotting. The Perseids already peaked this year, but the sky isn't done. On the night of October 21st into the 22nd, the Orionids peak, a smaller shower around 20 meteors an hour caused by debris from Halley's Comet. On November 17th into the 18th, the Leonids peak, another modest shower at around 15 meteors an hour. Then, on the night of December 13th into the 14th, the Geminids arrive. And this is the one to really plan around. Under good conditions, the Geminids can produce well over 100 meteors an hour, making them arguably the strongest, most reliable shower of the entire year. The year closes with the Ursids, peaking December 21st into the 22nd. A quieter shower, but a nice way to end the year under the stars. And this isn't a one-time calendar. These exact showers return like clockwork every single year because Earth passes through the same comet debris trails on the same orbit, year after year. Once you know these dates, you know them for good. You don't need a telescope, a plane ticket, or a professional camera to watch a meteor shower properly. You need a dark enough sky, a clear night, a blanket, and the patience to lie back and look up for a while. Mark the Geminids for December 13th. That's the one worth prioritizing this year. Whether that's a couple of hours outside Cairo or a mountaintop in the French Pyrenees, the sky repeats this same show every year. It's just a question of whether you're standing somewhere dark enough on the right night to actually see it. If guides like this, real, useful ways to experience the world around you, are what you're here for, subscribe. There's more coming.